Hey guys, so I'm going to show you how to change out your front brake pads and rotors on this 2011 Nissan Altima. First thing you want to do, park the car, put up your handbrakes, uh, jack the car up. There's a jacking spot by the pinch well. Jack it up a bit, put a jack stand. If you don't have one of these impact, the tire needs to be on the ground to use a breaker bar. Break the lug nuts loose to take off the tire. Alright guys, so I took off the tires. I'm gonna take off the two bolts that holds the caliper. It's a 14 millimeters, righty tighty, lefty loosey. One on the top here and one on the bottom. Alright, so I took off the caliper. You don't want to leave this hanging. Brake pads, just pry these out. Get a pry bar or something. Sometimes they're rusted on. Okay, so I'm changing the rotors also. There's two bolts here holding the caliper bracket. So just take those off. So this is the bracket, it's off. Make sure you clean it with a wire brush where the brake pads move back and forth. I'm going to take off the rotor now. It's rusted on, so I'm going to take a hammer and tap it to get it off. Okay, so the rotor was rusted on. Make sure you clean on the hub also. Put some grease, spray it on with some brake cleaner. Alright, so I'm going to put on the new rotors. You can put a lug nut to hold it in place. Alright, so I'm cleaning the hardware on the caliper. If it's good, you can use it back. If not, use the new one. Using some brakes cleaner, a wire brush. So the brake pads can slide between. And when you clean it up, just put some grease on it. Do both sides. And make sure the sliding guide is working back and forth. You can just take off the boot, clean it up, put some grease. This one is moving back and forth. This one is a little stuck. Alright, so I put back the caliper bracket. Make sure you tighten up everything back. I'm gonna put the inner brake pads back. Make sure you put some grease on the ends, not too much. Put some on the sliding guide too. And I'm gonna put the inner pad back. Okay, so I'm gonna put the outside pad. Okay, so both pads are back on. Now I'm gonna compress the piston back into the caliper bore. Make sure you don't have this hanging. I'm gonna use the old brake pad. Just put it like this with a C-clamp. Compress it slowly. And you want to check your brake fluid reservoir also when doing this. You can open the cap so it won't run over. Compress it slowly. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on here on the bracket. If you don't compress it, it won't fit. Just like that. And I'm going to put the two screws back on. Make sure you tighten these, one on top, one on bottom. Alright, so everything is back on. I'm going to put the tire back. Make sure you clean your rotors with brakes cleaner to get off that oily film on it. Everything is back on. Caliper is on. Bracket, everything is nice and tight. Alright, so I'm going to tighten this up back. This is very powerful, so the impact, so I'm not going to tie it too much. And you want to check it back with a breaker bar when the tire's on the ground. Do it in a star pattern, crisscross pattern. Alright guys, so I'm finished both sides, and you want to pump the brakes up before you start the car several times. This is a 2011 Nissan Altima. This is my my niece's car, so I'm just helping her to fix the brakes and rotors. Might do the rear another day, the rear ones. For now I'm just doing the front brake pads and rotors. It's very simple to do. If you like the video, click thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to see more videos, leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching.